Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Basically picking up where we left off as a part 2 of refinishing the tailgate for project 1 ton. So in the first video we did some patchwork, we did some dent pulling, and I started sanding this down. Now I'm going to share something with you here. It's just kind of peculiar. Sanding this down with 80 grit, and you can see up in here got some nice feather action scratch going on here. When we come over here, you get this pitted action around the edges that the paint seems to be delaminating. Could be from weather, could be from age, could be from prep, who knows. But the reason this is all bared up is because there are little stone pits from stone chips there, and they got rust in the bottom of them. So basically, I'm just going to carry on, keep sanding this down until I get rid of all this funky paint, and then I'll cut you back on. All right, so some more sanding's been done. I'm much happier. These pits that will sand out with 80 grit on the DA, that's great. Otherwise, I hit them with a wire wheel. Okay, and this rust here, you recall I had rust here. I'm gonna hit it with a wire wheel and down here, but now I'm gonna follow that up with the handheld blaster and some soda. Now, if you've probably noticed that the bezel from around the handle has been off during this video. For those who want to know how that comes off, there's a clip here and there's a clip here. Okay, so this is the top, this is the bottom. You know, it sits in there like that, and you put the little tool under here, push that one in, and this corner pops up. Do the same thing over there on this side, and then it just slides out from behind the handle. So when it comes time to paint, I'll paint this separate, and just the handle portion here, tape that up, and then paint the rest of the gate. I don't want to remove this. I don't see it's necessary. It's a tapeable piece. I prep the rusty areas here with some lacquer thinners. It's nice and dry now. As a precautionary measure, I'm going to give it a coat of rust converter. And since it's the way it is, I could fill this and then sand it out. It might be just as productive to just prime it and then glaze it after, because it is such slight pittedness to it. I knocked down the weld seam around the edge here with the pick end of the body hammer, trying to keep this edge also low so that when the job's complete, this should be just like kind of an oval shape of filler without any steel high spots protruding to the surface. So it's a nice uniform filled area. Mixed up enough fiberglass filler to just do what I needed to do. Okay, so I applied this, I squished it into each of the 4 sides of the repair, filled in the center, skimmed it. That's just one coat, and that's pretty much done, sealed up, filled up. That's basically the 2 reasons I use it, is to either seal up a repair or fill up a major repair. So that's sealed up, filled up. Then of course I applied some to these other areas here on this top side that were dented in low, that I tried to pull up the best I could. So let this cure up, come back and knock it down. I am going to skim coat this entire strip along here with regular body filler. Since I ran the grinder over it, I don't think there's any way of getting these gouges out with a sander. So a skim coat, knock it down, and then we'll be all set. The filler is all knocked down. You can see how it is filled in the patch, which is nice. That's exactly how I like to see it. It's ready for a skim coat here. Also knocked down here and here and here, here and here. This will all get some filler on it now. and then it'll be hand blocked as opposed to machine block, because it's just a skim for the moment. Now the body here, this body section here, I'm not sure how much more imperfection there is in the piece because of the state of the finish. When I started, there could be many little low spots like this hidden in there. So once the major body work here and there and there and there is complete, this will get a corrosion primer put on it, either an etch or an epoxy, then buried under some 2K primer, guide coated, blocked out, and all the little imperfections, like these little imperfections, they just take a little bit of finishing filler to touch them up. So I might as well just do that over top of the primer. Filler applied, and you can see, I hope, how thin it is. You can literally see the metal through the filler. It's a little heavier in the repair area here, so it has that build up to knock down. But yeah, basically just like I said, a skim coat going on here. I did touch that low spot because I had some, and this is all knocked in along here with filler. This is built up with some filler. You know, this is premature. This is just first run. I'll knock this down with the same disc that I had before on the porta cable. Let's just take the glaze off of it and then block it with the 11-inch Dura, once again with 80 grit. 80 grit's my favorite for blocking down body filler for that first run. As you can see, the glazed is knocked off with the DA here and over here. Time to start blocking. So as you just saw, this area blocked out very, very quickly. That was kind of the point of the situation. And now I have a high spot here, here, along here, and here. I'm happy, completely happy with the rest of it. It's just this needs a little bit of knockdown, and then literally from here to here, skim of filler, and then knock down again. And I think I'll be happy with that. Then I'll move on to the other areas. That's money. So one more clip before I lay some primer. You saw the little clip where I peeled the tape off. That made the body line. That's the easy way to do things. Use the tape. But I'm gonna go over everything with this red Scotch-Brite, and you can see that'll help. It'll help feather in these edges where the 80 grit scratches are. I mean, I could DA this with some 320, but I want some good scratch. I want that primer to stick and bond right in there. Okay. Oh, that turned out pretty good too. Hey, look at that. Fancy that. A little bit of tape goes a long way. Anyway, I'm going to scuff this whole thing down with the red Scotch-Brite and then find a shady spot somewhere, or maybe in the backyard, and lay some primer. Going to be a while before there's shade in the backyard, so I flip this over on the other stand over there, etch prime the backside, flip it back over on some 2x3 so it's up off the stand here. Etch primed any of the bare metal areas that I had exposed. I'll let this cure up for some time while I'm out cutting the back grass. and then yeah, come back, hit it with the red Scotch-Brite again, just to scratch that up a little bit, and then hit it with the 2K Dominion Sure Seal. Have to apologize for missing the shot yesterday of getting the primer down. I moved the other trucks into the field, set up an umbrella to give me the shade that I needed. And just as I was getting set up, neighbor came over for some refreshments, and that kind of ended that. But I did get the primer coat on. It's the next morning. It was stored in the garage again, okay? But this panel is like freezing cold. So I let it warm up once again, and I'll get some black or green or whatever color I got, and give this a little dusting as a guide coat, and to come back in the next video with some 220, get this all blocked down and into the finishing bodywork. So the next one, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and peace.